Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and for those who are new around here, my name's Darren and we create weekly fell, trail and ultra running content, so if that's your bag, don't forget to subscribe before you leave. Today's video is all about running gels, specifically for marathon and ultramarathon distance. We've got some natural products here, some natural gels, and then some more artificial options for those who don't struggle with their stomach like I do, because I come from a long background of struggling in races with my delicate stomach. It drove me to go for more natural whole food options in the longer distances, which of course isn't ideal, but over the last couple of years I found some fantastic products which have helped me enjoy racing again and get past these stomach issues. All the products you see today are going to be available down in the description through the links. It comes from XMiles, which are a fantastic company with quick delivery, a tiered pricing system. You can even just buy one gel if you want to, so they do have the consumer at heart. The links are affiliated, so I do get a very small kickback from anything you buy from there, so you would be helping support the channel, but you don't need to buy from those linked guys. Today is all about me sharing what I personally use in training and in racing to try and help you out. So every product I talk about, I'm going to explain why I use it, what the benefits are and what the possible negatives are, and we're going to begin starting with the most natural option because I personally prefer to fuel as natural as I possibly can. Most of the products I talk about today are rich in carbohydrates. That's the main fueling source I use. Of course, when you get up to the really long ultramarathons, you're going to need more protein and fat in there. We'll talk a little bit more on that later, but the way I work out my requirements for a race is to take my weight in kilograms, times it by 0.7, and that gives me the amount of carbs in grams I need per hour in a race environment. For me, it's a minimum of 40 grams, as much as 60 grams dependent on how hard I'm going, but we've also got a cap of 250 calories per hour that I can digest based on my weight. It's all a personal thing, but this just gives you a rough idea to try and work it out for yourselves. Right guys, let's begin with my favourite product of all, the one I use the most in training and in racing. It comes from a company called Lucho Dillitos. They make these energy blocks, which are generally as a base ingredient made from guava. It's a fruit, high in vitamin C, very healthy, and like I said, these are completely natural. They also have the bonus of being basically liquidized and then formed into a solid product. Sometimes it can be better for the stomach to have something a bit solid in there rather than just all gooey gels. They are quite sweet. Guava and acai berry is what this one is. You get them also in raspberry, just guava on its own, also some coffee flavours. But what I really like about the product is how good it can be to use in a training environment. I'm far more comfortable using real fruit than I am artificial products. Despite being solid, it's very light on the stomach. I used it in the Yorkshire Three Peaks Fell race, some big mountains to get up there and a lot of really hard flat efforts over more than 3.5 hours. And I was perfectly fine. I didn't have any issues as a result of the product itself, and it's one of the first races I've done in a long time where I've been able to really push hard and trust my nutrition. You get 140 calories per block, and I think in grammage you get 34 grams of carbohydrates per block, so I generally take about 1.5 every hour in a race environment. And it comes in a fully compostable palm leaf wrapper. Tastes very much like a hard fruit pastel with that sugary coating around the outside. Moving on to the next manufacturer guys, and it's one I came across back in 2018 when I won the Waynestones Marathon. Put this product massively down to that victory because it did help me maintain my stomach for the first time ever in a race, and it's Spring Energy. These guys make such a variety of products, all for different scenarios. They have a good mix of complicated and non-complicated carbohydrates, which can help your stomach digest food. Sometimes having non-complicated carbohydrates only can be an issue for your stomach. Let's take the Canaberry for instance. You get 100 calories in here, 17 grams of carbs, 3 grams of fat, which helps break things down in the stomach, and 1 gram of protein, so a good mix. There's also a little bit of electrolytes in here. You've got basmati rice organic banana, strawberry, maple syrup, coconut water, coconut oil, the list goes on of natural products. I had this just the other day and I could actually feel a strawberry seed in my teeth. So that's how natural they actually are. I'll generally take 2.5 of these per hour, which will see me through nicely for a race, and I'm happy using it in training as well. I mentioned the fact they've got a mix of products. Their long haul, for instance, has more of a kind of buttery nut taste with some banana. Other ingredients in there are honey, basmati rice again, orange juice, coconut oil. The long haul is what it says on the tin. Probably do you better for an ultra marathon because it's got 4.5 grams of fat in there, much more than the Canaberry does. But if you want something for short bursts and when you need a boost, Power Rush is the product that you want. I don't have the wrapper here to show you, but it's got plum, banana, basmati rice. It's all very carb rich stuff and does give you a bit of a kick, and it's got a bit more on the electrolyte side as well. From just 90 calories, you get 20 grams of carbohydrates in Power Rush. So worth having a mix of all three in your pack for race day. Now we're going to move away from the natural running gels for marathons and ultra marathons. We're going to go more towards the manufactured stuff, but this still works for me. Beginning with Mountain Fuel, their sports jelly. This is a lemon and lime flavour. It's more of an isotonic gel, so much more watery in its consistency, but I found it really light on the stomach. I love taking these before a hard fell race. It gives me the boost I need without causing the ill effects later on in the race. The only reason I don't like to use these in the longer races is because they've got maltodextrin in, which I know for me personally has caused issues in the past. But in all fairness, maltodextrin is more of an issue when you're not using other products alongside it. Talking of which, Mountain Fuel's flapjacks are quite good to use for that if you need to get something a little bit more solid in your stomach. I found them very good, melt in the mouth and quite tasty. And going back onto the sports jelly I mentioned, you get about 20 grams of carbs in this product and 82 calories per gel. So anywhere between 2 and 3 gels an hour is ideal. But we're going on to UNIVED now. They make 2 different sizes of product. We've got the original gel size, which is what you'd expect to see, very similar to Spring Energy and Mountain Fuels by calories, or you've got the elite one. This has a lot more calories and carbs in there, 190 calories in one of these. Personally, I like to drip feed my fuel, so I prefer the original one. I think it's got 100 calories in this pack, 110 calories, sorry. So that's much better for me because I prefer to get that down and then choose when I'm going to take on my next gel. UNIVED again does use maltodextrin and quite a lot of artificial products, but again, I've not had issues with it as yet with my stomach, and I know a lot of longer distance runners who use UNIVED as well. It's got a good mix of electrolytes in there, more than 360 mg per original gel, and you get the most amount of carbs in these gels out of all the products we've looked at today. There's 26 grams of carbohydrates. So a couple of these gels would do me per hour in a race, which is really good to know. They've got a massive range of flavours. I'm not going to list them all out here. You can jump into the link below in the description to see all of them. But some of my favourites were the black cherry, there's a cocoa choco one in there, I think that was really tasty, and the melon sea salt is quite nice as well. But they've also got some coffee flavours for you coffee addicts out there. And now I want to go into the running gels that you can use in an ultra marathon that I haven't tried yet, but I really love the looks of these 3 products from Spring Energy. Let's start with the Speednut. This is completely different to anything I've seen on the market. 250 calories in this very small package, but it's what it's packed with that really jumps out at me. So you've got 250 calories, 19 grams of fat, 19 grams of carbohydrates and 2 grams of protein. That seems like a fantastic mix for an ultra marathon to me and for extreme efforts, because remember, your body does fuel more on fat the longer you go, so you need to make sure you get a good mix in those long distance ultra marathons. You've got blackberry, raspberry, strawberry, basmati rice, maple syrup, banana, coconut butter, almonds, cashews, sunflower, hazelnut seeds. The list goes on. All natural stuff in there, guys. That's what I love about Spring Energy. Going on to Sally Mcrae's product that she released in conjunction with Spring Energy, and we've got the Mcraecovery. You can use this at the end of a run to help you recover quicker on the other side. It's got basmati rice, banana, pea protein, cherries, coconut oil, almonds, walnuts, maple syrup. It's just got a really good mix of calories in here. For the 150 you get in the pack, there's 9 grams of fat, 12 grams of carbohydrates and 6 grams of protein. So you could actually use this in an ultramarathon again, where you feel like you need to be getting more protein. I wouldn't use too many of them, but every now and again that may be a really good mix with the more carb-rich calories you're getting in the race. And the final product we're going to talk about is kind of similar to the Speednut, but it's more of a coffee-based product. I believe it's cold coffee. It's got 210 calories in here, but again, cracking mix of nutrition. For the 210 calories, we've got 15 grams of 15 grams of fat, 17 grams of carbohydrates, and 3 grams of protein. It's got the usual mix of products you'd expect, but also cashew butter, coconut oil, chia seeds, coffee beans, and some sea salt and vanilla in there. So again, just another cracking ultramarathon running gel. So just to recap, I use the Lucho Dillitos energy blocks in training and in race environments, all natural, really high in carbohydrates, so ideal for fueling those efforts. Spring Energy's Canaberry, Power Rush and Long Haul are ideal for any race of any distance. They are a bit more expensive, but I love the fact it's all natural ingredients shoved into a little package. It's the one I've had the least gastrointestinal issues with. Then coming away from the natural running gels and natural running products into the more manufactured stuff, sports jelly from Mountain Fuel is a great find. The flapjack as well goes down well as a complementary product to get a little bit more fat in the stomach so you can aid digestion. And then from UNIVED, all of their gels are really fantastic to use. They're certainly much higher than most in the electrolytes, so that'll help you manage your hydration through the race, and they're one of the highest ones in grammage carbohydrates per gel, so you'll have to have less product for more energy. Right, I hope you found that useful, guys. Like I say, links in the description if you want to take a look at any of those products. If you've got any questions at all about the fuel I'm talking about or want more information, just get down in the comments and ask the question. If you enjoyed this, give us a thumbs up, a like, that really does help the channel, and don't forget to subscribe for more content in the future. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all with the next one. Ta-ra.